Let me see if that was my mic. Maybe I just didn't have the correct OBS thing hooked up. I should be able to hear myself in a sec. Let's see. Let's see. All right, so you can hear me now. Can't hear the music still. So I gotta fix the music. Mac OS screen capture. And then this is coming up Google Chrome. Let's do Figma real quick. Let's switch it back to Google Chrome. There we go. All right, so let's turn this music down a little bit so I can focus. See what's going on here. Welcome to day 8. I know I said this in the beginning. You guys could not hear me yet. We're going to be making some DaVinci Resolve plugins for you guys so that way you can edit faster. All right, looks like my mic's working. Yep. Working now. Just type that in the chat so people know when I come in here. And we're going to get to work. So let's see what we got here. So we got our Figma to DaVinci Resolve plugin here. Working on this for a bit now. Let's go ahead and keep working on this section. We're too far along on this to give up yet. I had a good talk with Orson Lord tonight, if any of you guys know him. He's the guy that made snap captions for DaVinci Resolve. Pretty cool product right there. Capitalized on a good opportunity. I was talking with him. He was giving me some advice. But we are going to be working on this plugin. Hopefully I can take a little bit from the conversation we had earlier. All right, let me get this booted on my phone so I can see the comments. I'll actually close this out so I can just comment on my phone. All right, cool. Let's jump in here. Let's go ahead and delete all the stuff that we did yesterday real fast when we were just testing this. And let's see what we got. Let's do a fresh one. If you're new here, we're building a DaVinci Resolve a Figma to DaVinci Resolve plugin. Feel free to come in, pop in the chat, say hi. Let me know what you got going on. All right, we'll go to DaVinci Import. We'll go to Payments. Boom. Click down to the bottom here. Open. And let me see here. So we have to grab this. All right, we need to save it with a different name. So let's name it Payments. Payments. let's take a look at what this looks like actually in DaVinci Resolve. Delete that. Make sure everything's working today. All right, so one thing I'm noticing is that uh, DaVinci is not adjusting the background, the height and width, so the resolution here. All right, so let's see here. Let's boot up Claude. I also want to check, they came out with a new feature, so maybe in this update right here, we'll get to test out the new feature too, so we'll see. Updated to blah, blah, blah. So here we go. Boom, boom. Date. Unfortunately, I didn't have my mic working for some time. So that killed a little bit the momentum here on this video. Let's make sure real quick. Let's go into settings, general. Let's see if we got the new feature. Oh, we got it. We got it, baby. Computer use. Claude will take screenshots of your screen and control your mouse and keyboard. You'll approve each app, but not confirm each step Claude performs. This is a research preview. We're doing it. We are doing it. All right, so let's go ahead and test this out because this is actually going to be pretty freaking killer if this works good. So let's go ahead and jump in here. DaVinci Resolve assets. Come in. Figma. Wait, what am I doing here? Yeah, Pigma. PNG Figma version. And I thought they added a new feature too. I guess I just don't have access to it. Personal. What is that feature called actually? Let me see what that feature's called real quick. Computer use. I want you to use computer use to fix this application. Oh, this is actually really good. I'm going to make an alternate version of this plugin because if this works, I think we can solve a big issue that we're having with all these different things. DaVinci Resolve assets, plugins, and I heard this was on a little bit of a slower end. I watched some videos on it, so we're gonna make a copy of this real quick, just in case we don't have one, and then we're gonna do V6. All right, so Let's go ahead, jump on here, and I want you to use computer use to fix this application. This Figma plugin right now, it doesn't allow me What's going on, man? I see somebody's here in the stream. We're working on a Figma to DaVinci Resolve plugin. There's actually a new Claude feature where it's going to take control of my computer. So I'm going to see if we can use this to debug the Figma plugin in order to make this work for DaVinci. I heard it's a little bit slow. I watched a couple videos on it, but we're going to check it out. It just came out. I want to use computer use to fix this Figma plugin right now. It doesn't allow me. Let me know if the music or my voice is too loud. I want you to use computer use to fix this Figma plugin right now. It doesn't allow me. It doesn't set the main background in the Fusion comp to the accurate resolution sometimes. I will give you an example where it doesn't work. I want you to jump into Figma and then go through the tool. Let me see exactly what I want it to do. So I want it to be on the export layers mode. Jump into DaVinci. I don't know. Jump into Figma, then go through the tool. What's going on, guys? I'm working on a Figma to DaVinci Resolve plugin. If you've been watching or following along, we've been working on this for a little while now. A new Claude feature came out, which allows Claude to control my computer. So we're going to be testing that out as well. So let me see. We have some issues going on with this PNG. But actually, we also have some issues with the other PNG, I think, as well. So let me just double check, make sure that this is the PNG that I'm looking for. Feel free to pop your head in the chat. Let me know what you got going on right now, what you're working on. I love talking to you guys. It gets the vibes going in here. So I think that's... Yeah, so some of this is inaccurate. Maybe I'll test it against this, actually. Maybe that's going to be a better test. I can type decently fast, but I like doing my vibe coding with audio to text. I'm able to say what I'm thinking faster. Yeah, I would probably do that too, man, but sometimes I think my fingers move faster than my mind. My mind gets a little bit distracted, which ends up really slowing me down. Otherwise, I would probably use my voice too. I do use my voice sometimes, though. But more specifically on these streams too, I tend to be moving back from what I'm actually doing here and then moving over to the chat. I got it on my phone right now. And so I just get a little bit distracted, which is fine. It just makes me operate at a little bit slower of a pace. So let's see here. So yeah, let me see what we can do to drop this in here, see if it can debug some stuff. And you said you've been vibe coding, too raw for you. Have you tried the new computer use feature? Do you like it? Do you think it's any good if you've used it? Because we're testing that out right now. It looks pretty freaking amazing. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to actually prompt it to do. I want to use computer use to fix this Figma plugin right now. It doesn't set the main background in the Fusion comp to accurate resolution sometimes. I will give you an example where it doesn't work. I want to jump into also the text in this the groups in davinci / SVGs in davinci, the text's size is a bit off. If you could adjust the text accurately to make it pixel perfect in size, that would be great. Let me go ahead and jump in here to DaVinci and name some stuff. So let me name this full PNG or full image, we'll say. You can't really read that. Full PNG. The full picture of how the text should look is on full. Wait, what did we just name that? I'm already losing track. That's the whole thing there. Full PNG. The full picture of how the text should look is on full PNG. What is this, a loader node? No, that's just a PNG. The full picture of how the text should look is on full PNG. And all the text are in the SVG groups in DaVinci. Go through them and change the text accurately based off what you see in the PNG. Feel free to disable or enable the PNG, the full image PNG. Give me 1 second. I'm going to take a look at the chat. Feel free to disable or enable the full image PNG and then adjust the text. You can pull anything you need into the viewer by dragging and dropping it. Just don't bring the text itself into the viewer. Bring the the whole SVG into the viewer if you have to, and then adjust the size. All right, let's see what this does because I haven't used personal computer yet, so I'm pretty curious if this will even use personal computer. I've done a few projects since AI has been out, nothing worth anything big. An indicator bot that was banned on a prop firm. Ooh, shit, it was banned on a prop firm. Damn. Vladimir, can't read that, man. I don't have, I'm on my phone, but, I don't have Google Translate going here, so let me see if I can screenshot that or something to see what you said there while this is working its magic. Alright, this is pretty cool. Alright, so request, open system settings. What am I supposed to do here? Required for, oh, Claude. Boom. Alright, so that should be already done. Ask again to continue. Alright, let's see what happens. Allow for this session. Alright, let me see if I can read this. I don't know if it's Russian or what the hell this is, but looks like my phone won't let me. It won't let me copy it, so. Oh, whoops. Allow. Let me see here. I wonder if I can still do this and if it will still work. Actually, I wonder if this is even like it's not scrolling through the comp or anything. So I wonder if this is going to even work. Yeah, can I boot up this while. All right, let me pull up my stream on here. Damn, bro, get up. Stop. All right, let's see what you said here. Or let me actually go to Google Translate. So that way I'm just not typing a bunch of stuff in the browser. Tech language. Boom, get off my screen, please. Hello. Hey, man. How you doing? Let's see. Whoops. Do you read the chat on YouTube? Yes, I do. Yes, I do, sir. So I'm not sure if Claude's able to actually do anything right now because yeah, okay. We gotta stay in DaVinci. So that's gonna pause me from reading the chat if you're not speaking English, unfortunately, because Claude wants to use Claude wants to use my computer. And this could just be straight fusion or straight token burn. We're gonna have to see because I've never used this feature before. So this could absolutely rip and start helping me make this tool, or we literally could just be burning thousands of tokens for no reason. I guess not for no reason. Like we're testing the feature, but I'm trying to see if there's a way that I can still get the messages, but I can't. Hey guys, what's going on? We got a lot of people in here. If you guys are watching this for the first time, we're making a Figma to DaVinci Resolve plugin. Um, we're vibe coding it, so feel free to pop your head in the chat. Come over here, say hi. Let me know what you guys are working on. I love hearing from you guys. You know, it just gets the vibes going in the chat. Right now, I'm only going to be able to read anything English that you type in the chat, though, because Claude's got my computer. All right, and you might hear me repeat myself because we keep getting more viewers on the stream. What we're currently doing is we're making a vibe coding project for DaVinci Resolve. I think DaVinci is kind of going on its own way here. We're making a Figma to DaVinci Resolve plugin, um, all with AI, and yeah, just help you guys design things faster for your videos. Come pop your head in the chat. Come say hi. Let me know what you're up to. If you guys are working on any videos, if you're not a video editor, if you're a vibe coder, let me know what you got going on. All right, I think I'm probably going to shut Claude down because it's not, I mean, this is literally not even on the what's it called? The Fusion page anymore. So I'm probably gonna can this one, but we'll give it another second just to see what it's doing, really. Just because I'm curious. And let's see how much tokens this is burning as well. Because we need to keep that in mind. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the hell this thing is doing. I don't think it's doing the right thing. That's what I'll say. So, yeah, we're going to cancel that. That was just a big token burn. Let me read this last comment real quick. And then we'll get back to what we are daily paid programming here. Hi, what are you programming? Yeah, so I'm programming a Figma to DaVinci Resolve plugin for video editors. So let's go ahead, and we can't work on that one because I was only going to work on that one if that could take my screen. Otherwise, it's not really beneficial. So let's go ahead and jump into Claude. And let me see if I still have highlighted. Whoop, right. All right, I got to type my whole prompt again. Let's see. All right, cool. We got a ton of people in here. Love to see it. Feel free to pop your head in the chat. Come say hi. We're building a Figma to DaVinci Resolve plugin. Gonna make things great for editors, make you work faster, edit faster, whatever. All the things you love to do. So that way you can make more money. All right, let me jump in here and give it a quick prompt for Claude. It looks like some of the backgrounds are not working properly. It's not, it's ticking the box. Damn. Okay. It looks like some of the backgrounds are not coming in correctly on method 8. It's ticking the box for auto resolution, even though it should be getting the resolution of the comp, whether based off the SVGs or the PNGs. You should be able to pull the resolution from somewhere. All right, let's start with that and see what we come up with. Thank you guys for the likes. Appreciate you guys. You know, that helps me stay motivated and keep doing what I'm doing so that way I can bring you guys some more banger tools. Like I said before, feel free to jump in here in the chat. Let me know what you guys got going on, what you guys are working on. And yeah, just come in here, say hi. I love talking with you guys. So I think so far this is the most viewers that we've had on a stream, so that's pretty cool. We've hit some major checkpoints there, so that's pretty dope. Love to see it. Feel free to invite any of your friends or anything. If you know somebody that would really enjoy this stuff, feel free to share this video with them. And yeah. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This could have also been taking the background resolution from Figma too. What'd you say? Okay. Okay. Do, do, do. All right. Just checking on chat real quick. Let me refresh this. See how many of you guys are still watching here. Cool. We got 2 people on here. Awesome. This is just the waiting game at this point. We're just chilling, waiting, letting Claude do its thing. And once Claude starts working its magic, we're going to just start building stuff out. All right, now fix the resolution logic in generate combined with loaders. Add the 0 dim guard on SVG view boxes and the PNG fallback. Yeah, I like that. That's what we're doing right now. We're doing AI school right on here. Hey guys, thanks for popping in. See, we got some more people here. We're working on a Figma to DaVinci Resolve plugin. This is for video editors. If you're a video editor, if you're a vibe coder, feel free to pop in the chat. Come say hi. Come say hello. I love talking with you guys. Let me know what you got going on, what projects you're working on. All right, let's see if this fixed the problem. We're gonna need to go ahead and we're gonna need to delete our payments folders real quick. We're gonna need to restart this so that way we can get some accurate results here. Boom, 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 boom. Processing. I keep looking at the chat, so if you guys are here, like I said before, feel free to pop in. If not, feel free to sit back, relax, enjoy the stream, just chill out. All right. Did that finish? What am I doing? Payments. Okay. DaVinci import. Boom. All right. And now what we're going to do is we're going to pop in here. We're going to copy. Boom. All right, let's see. Go in DaVinci and just boot all this up. I think it might have, my audio might have been clipped in the beginning. What I was saying there was I just had a good chat with Orson Lord, and that conversation might be very beneficial to a lot of you DaVinci Resolvers. I'm not going to spoil anything yet, but you'll know whether he got through to me or not on the day of release for this plugin. That's all I'll say. But overall, he's a cool guy. He offered a lot of help, a lot of insights and stuff. So that was cool. So that doesn't seem to be. Either some of these PNGs are out of frame, or also though, for those PNGs, we should also be grouping them in groups that make sense. So this is an example of something that could possibly be out of frame, or the plugin's just broken and just out of commission. Boop. I don't know. It'll be too hard to tell. So let's go ahead and pop back into Figma, see if there's a way that we can kind of word this that we can group things together that makes sense to be grouped together. Trying to think if there's anything like, I mean, we could group a frame together. What the hell is this? Is that just bugged right now? Like, what the hell? Vector path. Oh, no, that's actual just text right there. Okay. What's up, everybody? We're building a Figma to DaVinci Resolve plugin. Feel free to pop in your head in the chat. Let me know what you got going on. Let me see if any of the text is in the correct spot. Was any of the text in the right spot? So it looks like a lot of the text was in the right spot, but we're missing all this text somehow. This did not translate to whatever we had going on. All right. And I know I've been repeating myself, but we got a ton of new people joining. What's up, chat? We're building a Figma to DaVinci Resolve plugin, all vibe coded with AI. I know a little bit of coding, but not enough to get me by this far. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. We're trying to make it easier for video editors to do their job. So let me see where this stuff falls in. It'll actually be good to know if, oh, maybe this is why this is not pulling up. Wait, hold on, hold on. So it's in payments, hypothetically, unless this is like, what's it called? Unless this is an instance, then maybe it's actually in another spot. I wish I knew more about the context of Figma. Maybe you guys would know. I'm trying to see if this text right down here is not showing up in DaVinci. So I'm trying to figure out if that's an instance or not. Or maybe I'm going to stumble across it right now. I'm not even sure what that's disabling, so maybe that's not even a part of this design. Let's see if it's in the... All right, so that's an instance. That could be why we're having a problem with that. All right, it's not an instance, I don't think. Page header. All right, let's check if that's there. What's going on, guys? I'm sure we got some new people here. We're working on a Figma to DaVinci Resolve plugin to make video editors' jobs easier and faster. Get all your motion designs into DaVinci quick, 1, 2, 3, ready to go. So that way you can start doing the heavy lifting, all the animations and everything. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, we got that. Let's see, month to date, customers, I think we got that. Month to date, customers, yep, got both those. Then it's just this. Oh, yeah, yeah. I almost guarantee that the reason that this is not exporting properly is because I don't think that it's de-instancing the layers. So let me start in a new session so that way we don't burn credits, more credits than we have to. Okay, so and also let me turn on memory because that's something that I haven't done yet. I did it earlier today on my other computer. It might be in this general, maybe. Forget where it is. If you know where the memory feature is in Claude, type that in the chat. I'm gonna look for it. I might beat you to it, but if you know, oh, all right, we already have that activated. So let's get back to it. All right, so what were we saying? Oh, it's not de-instancing things. So the plugin should be de-instancing things that it's exporting in Figma as the very first step on export. It should then, after exported, re-instance the same thing so nothing is changed in Figma. All right, so let's see what this thing does. Damn, we got 11 people on here. If you guys are new here, we're building a Figma to DaVinci Resolve plugin. We've definitely broken through to the most amount of views on this stream as of yet, so this is great. Um, Feel free to pop in here and say what's up, say hello, let me know what you're working on. Let me just read what the chat just said. New account XD. Why is every plugin creator doing those titles or other stuff macros instead of tackling actual problems of DaVinci like copying text plus styles or presets for animation curves app? Ooh, I feel like we could go a little bit more in depth in this. If you can provide, if you can give me a little bit more context, or maybe I just need to read this a couple more times, and then maybe I'll understand it a little bit better. But I might need a little bit more context into this because this sounds very interesting. Why is every plugin creator doing those titles or other stuff macros instead of tackling? Oh, yeah, so I just need to reread it a second time. Tackling those titles or other stuff macros instead of tackling actual problems of DaVinci like copying text plus styles or presets for animation curves app. All right, so yeah, that's what we're trying to do here. I mean, I think the reason is probably because it's just easier to do that, and probably a lot of people buy those types of things. I mean, the name of the game at the end of the day is whoever can make the most money, right? Like, if you're doing a high leverage thing that's going to give you a lot of money, then you're going to want to keep doing more and more of it. And if you can do it quick and easy, then that might be why people are doing it. But that's just a guess. I haven't actually talked to a lot of those creators. So let me see. I've seen like 50 plugins that add those titles or graphics that I'm not really interested in, but there is no solution to copying text plus styles across many texts or animation curves, which are even in CapCut for free. Yeah, Resolve doesn't necessarily make it easy to do some of this stuff, so that's also another thing. Um, Copying some of this information, Resolve actually like I don't know, I feel like it kind of goes out of its way to make some of these things harder than it has to be. So that could be another thing. Like I said, going back to like how easy it is to just make a title. Not that it's even necessarily easy to do that as a preset or whatever. That's actually can be a pain in the ass too. But you said it's even in CapCut for free. Um Yeah, CapCut's got some stuff to do some stuff quicker. There's a lot of good stuff about Resolve, but sometimes it lacks in certain areas. But what I'm trying to do here, I feel like this is a very necessary thing, especially for anybody doing motion design. There's only one tool that can copy textiles, and the guy charges $100 for it for DaVinci. Yeah, I mean, man, he's got the market exactly. Like he's got the leverage to be able to charge $100 for it because nobody else is doing it. So, um, what is the name of that tool? Because I'm just curious on what you're talking about as far as copying textiles. I want to see what you mean. I'm working on a word by word plugin for well, actually I already built it. It's pretty much done. I just haven't released it. It's pretty much in its final stages, but um yeah, I'm curious to know what that plugin is, and I think then I'll be able to maybe answer your question a little bit better for sure. All right, let me see if that fixed things up. So yeah, if you have that plugin, feel free to drop it in the chat, and then maybe I can take a look at it and see what I think. Wait a second. No, we don't want the whole. We just want this one. Okay. Mode, text, export. Ooh. I think that just broke the plugin. I don't think anything exported. Okay, so no, what the fuck? All right, so the copy log functionality doesn't even work. It's just a button that doesn't work, I guess. We probably don't need this whole log either, honestly. It's probably just a waste of context, but whatever. But basically, the word by word plugin is going to allow you to take any animation that you have on text, and then you can now um, you can make any animation that you have in DaVinci already for text and turn it into a word by word animation. So it's not like one set preset like slide up text. Like no, you would use this plugin to actually make word by word animations on single layers of text, if that makes sense. Okay, so that broke the whole export feature. I only wanted you to de-instance things in Figma that actually are instanced and then re-instance them for all the layers that are not instances. You don't need to do anything. All right, so let's take a look. Let's go inside here, make sure that this is an instance. Yep, detach instance. Okay, so it's called detach instance. Or it might be called detach instance in Figma. All right, let's see if this can fix our little issue here and then re-instance it and then we can get plugging away again. Maybe I lost you, man. Or you're still looking for that plugin because it looks like I haven't seen nothing from you in the chat. Or maybe you didn't see what I said yet. I'm not sure. Could be behind the video. All right, so let's see if this works now. We want this, and we're going to export selected layers. For anybody new here, we're building a Figma to DaVinci Resolve plugin. Feel free to pop your head in the chat. Come say hi. Come say what's up. You're gonna hear me say this like probably a million times in this video. But I love talking with you guys. You know, it gets the vibes going in here. But also, not feeling like talking today, feel free to sit back and chill. Grab some popcorn and relax. All right. So we got this one here. I think what I just did is probably going to resolve this issue. I don't want to speak too soon, but I'm pretty sure that that is going to do it. All right. For boom. These kids in the background sound so smart. Would you say they're smarter than everybody? They're so advanced. You have to watch those. All right, so that didn't work. I wonder if this still is not de-instancing what it's supposed to be. The one thing I will say is it did fix the background earlier, which is nice. That might have already been fixed in the last one, so that's good. But let's see here. Let's see if the logs tell us what's going on. If you're new here, thanks for popping in. We're building a DaVinci Resolve, a Figma to DaVinci Resolve plugin to help video editors edit videos faster, you know, overall make more money. So feel free to pop in the chat, come say hi, come say what's up. Let me try and clear that. Let me see what a fresh export does. Effects baked in, effects baked in. Also the other thing that we need to take a look at is so browser content, navigation is one of the big pages that's not coming through. All right, let's just try one more time. Just to make sure that this is not a fluke and I accidentally had the wrong thing open. Whoops, I didn't mean to open up an SVG. I want to open up a couple different PNGs to see if there's anything here or not. Hey, thanks for all the likes, guys. If you guys are watching this for the first time, we're building a Figma to DaVinci Resolve. I appreciate all your guys' support. It's a Figma to DaVinci Resolve plugin. It helps video editors edit faster and really focus on what matters, all the animations. Get all the boring stuff from moving Figma to DaVinci and do that in the click of a button. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to hmm, clean build instance, detach instance. Uh Certain things are still not making it to the comp. Actually, before I do that, like I said, let me test something out because I also have another idea. What if the setting file is actually the one that's messing up and it's not bringing in the files properly? So let me make a folder before this. Folder. Um And it doesn't need to be anything special. We can literally just work with that bin one. Um, all right, and there's a problem with this one. So, of course, that's going to throw off the whole entire freaking list here. Oh, yeah, so it might be a problem with our setting file because this came in fine. Or no, actually, one of these is a full image. So I lied. So this is probably a full image. Yeah, that's not even coming in properly. So all right, well, DaVinci is trying to find this. I'm gonna go take a quick tea break real fast. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, guys. I'm gonna pick up my computer in a sec. I just realized I had my mic on that whole time, so I was just literally like peeing on the mic. My bad, guys. That's one of the benefits, I guess, of wearing a freaking microphone. All right, so I guess you guys got to enjoy the full thing. Unfortunately for you, but I'm back. And realistically, I was here the whole time because you guys heard me. All right, I don't know what I just. Oh, my phone's right here. Okay, so certain things are still not making it to the comp. So some of these are like corrupted or something because. Oh, you know what it is? Yeah, I would guess that we cannot have these characters. Okay, so here's what I need to instruct Claude. Certain things are still not making it to the comp, and some are coming unconnected in davinci. You need to be careful with naming conventions because davinci doesn't really work well with certain characters and emojis in naming. So just stick with text, just stick with letters and numbers after letters if you need something with a number in it. Unconnected in the media pool in DaVinci. All right, let's see if this gets the point. Hopefully, gets the point across. Hey guys, we hopefully got some new people in here. We're making a Figma to DaVinci Resolve plugin. We've been working on this for the past little bit now. We've been building it in public for the past week or so, a little bit more, and we've also started working on this plugin a couple weeks back as well. For right now, we're working on fixing up some bugs, and hopefully this will be up and running in no time. This project's going to be super cool. If you ever use DaVinci Resolve and you've used Figma before, you know it can be pretty painful reorganizing everything. Um, from Figma into DaVinci, when you bring it in, things kind of get messed up. Different effects, turn the screen black and stuff. Um, so there's just quite a few problems, and we aim to just fix that one, two, three, make this really easy and seamless for you guys. So that way you can focus on what's really important in editing, the actual editing itself, and creating the animations. It's going to be a really cool tool for any motion designers that do any work in uh, DaVinci, or if you're an editor that does a lot of motion design, it's going to be really helpful. So we want to make sure to check this out after it's done here. All right. Also, if you're sticking around in here, feel free to pop your head in the chat. Come over and say hi. The vibe here wouldn't be the same without you guys. So when you're able to come in the chat, you know, it's I love talking to you guys. So yeah. Let me see if Claude finished its thing. Looks like it did. Let's go ahead and let's delete all these payments. I kind of want to honestly delete the full thing as well because that's just taking up space in the downloads. I'm just keep looking at it and I'll accidentally select it, I'm sure. All right. Anything that you need to rename because of this, put it in a file that I can open. We're going to be more specific. Put it in a text file. Put it in a text file that I can open and see its old name versus its new name. All right, we're going to download this. We're going to open it. And let's see if this comes into DaVinci a little bit better now. All right, so let's see here. That's number 9, number 8. Boom. Into DaVinci. Let's do this. This could be the whole reason why this was fucking up too, honestly. So let's see what we got here. See if we got any changes on here or not. That might have just came in. I'm not really sure. Let's go ahead and let's check. Let's make a new bin again. What the fuck? Oh, right. I activated a tool that I have. And let's go into the payments folder. Let's see what is linked here. And it looks like everything pretty much is linked. So let me go ahead and drag this in here. Pull this into the viewer. Just want to disable this one so that way we can get an accurate read on everything here. So I wonder. I might be able to do this. See what happens. So it's just missing the text. But it's also missing what's right here too. So that's the other thing that we need to take a look at. Are these maybe we need to take a better look at what's going on down here. So that's that bar right there. All right, so I think that this is creating that green line too. So we're gonna need to take certain things that aren't getting exported. We're going to need to export that layer as well. So we need to go back into Claude. Um, it looks like certain things are still not being de-instanced properly. Um, or let me even see if we have access to this in DaVinci. So, it'd be called root fusion import SVG payments DaVinci export. Excuse me. Browser content frame. I'm trying to think how we can do this. So the problem is it looks like some of the frames are not making it into DaVinci, and they have uh, data in them that could be captured as an SVG file, but or no, as a PNG, but the only thing is there may be text within those frames. So we would need to hide the text layer on exp or when exporting that frame or anything within the frames that still have data on them, and then re-enable them before exporting the text portions as SVGs. All right, hopefully this makes out what I'm trying to say here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a copy of this because we've been cruising along pretty good, and the last thing I want is I want to have all our fucking progress go down the drain. So let's make a backup of this and then re-enable them before exporting the text as SVGs, and boom. Let's see what that does. Because it's like this stuff right here. The filters themselves are the actual boxes. All right, let's see what Figma thinks of that. Hopefully, it's got a good response to that, and we can get kind of cruising in the right direction here. Just checking some stuff on YouTube on my phone. So if you see me popping on my phone, that's why I'm doing it. All right, back to DaVinci. I actually got the stream on my phone. I can't forget. I did already. If you're watching the stream right now, feel free to pop in the chat. Let me know what you got going on, what you're working on, how you're doing. Just come over here and chill. And yeah. The seltzer is gonna make me piss like crazy, so I'm gonna need to take some bathroom breaks here. Hopefully with the mic off next time. Check this one out, babe. Sleep app, sleep thing, sleep AI. All right, let's see if this fixes this up or not. All right, let's boot up the Figma to PNG exporter and let's go into text. Boom. Export selected layers. Hit the finder. Boom. Excuse me. All right, and now we're just kind of let this thing do its thing. I wonder, it just like kind of froze there for a sec, so I wonder if it adjusted those layers or not. Download as a zip. I'm getting really excited. I think we're getting pretty close to um, finishing this tool off, but I wouldn't be surprised. I don't want to speak too soon because we'll probably see another couple hiccups, which is fine. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's bring this into DaVinci. Let me rather just delete that from the bin real quick. And I'm not going to delete the whole bin this time. We're going to save ourselves some time. All right, cool. We got everything in here this time. Unless we only have everything because that first screenshot is in here, which is also possible. Yeah, we did have that first screenshot in here. But unless we have another one, then it looks like that was the only thing. So that actually fixed a good majority of stuff up. But the one thing that I am concerned about is this bringing certain things in as a PNG version or is it bringing things in as an SVG version? Because maybe the last prompt made it so that way it's bringing things in as a PNG version, and that's why certain things are being duplicated here. Yeah, so exactly what I thought. Now this is making a PNG. Okay, so now this is making a duplicate essentially because I don't think you are hiding the necessary layers when exporting the frames as PNGs. And only export a frame. Nah, we won't even do that yet. We'll just you also don't need to export every frame. What's going on, guys? We're creating a Figma to DaVinci Resolve plugin. If you guys are new here, feel free to pop your head in the chat. Let me know what's up. Come say hi. Let me know what you're working on. If you guys are old here, come say hi. Pop your head in the chat. Let me know what you're working on. That's what really makes these streams. Okay, so now this is making a duplicate essentially because I don't think you're hiding the necessary layers when exporting the frames as PNGs. You also don't need to export every frame. Um, I don't really want to say that because that's gonna mess something up. So let's just see what it gets when we do this. Gonna take a run through Discord, see what's going on, what's popping. Yeah, Macro Machine is looking pretty cool. By Patrick Sterling. I haven't actually gotten a chance to boot it up yet, but I am pretty excited for this. Oops, I don't know what I'm doing here. Rev City, boom, boom. I think those are some of the main ones that I usually check. When exporting a frame's PNG, each child is checked. Text child is hidden, exported separately as SVG. Child that has its own export entry hidden, its own PNG handles, no duplication. Child with no separate export entry stays visible, bakes into the frame's PNG. All right, I'm not really sure if that's what we're after, but let's go ahead and let's just take a look and see if this is going to give us the result that we're looking for. While we're in for that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to move the trash. We're going to do this. All right, download zip. Maybe it didn't work. There we go. Boom, payments. Boom. Mode, DaVinci import, select tools. Boom. Open. All right. Combine SVG with images. Yup. All right, so that solved our duplicate problem. Now I want to check to see if this text is coming in as text or if it's coming in as a PNG, because it's a problem if it's a PNG. And that's unfortunate. It's a sad day. It's coming in as a PNG. All right, and now that we got that, let's go ahead and see why this is still only coming in as a PNG, because that's the issue. Um, so this guy right here, the whole thing, yeah, the whole thing should be coming in as SVGs, and probably for this panel as well. So I gotta go check that. Welcome in here, guys. We're making a Figma to DaVinci Resolve plugin. Make things easier for video editors and motion designers, specifically for DaVinci Resolve. Help you guys out. Bada bing, bada boom. If you guys are working on something, feel free to pop in the chat. Come say hi. Come say hello. Actually, you don't need to be working on something. So, just feel free to come in, pop in the chat, talk. I live for it. What keeps this fun and interesting. I don't think any of this is doing anything at the moment. Yep, so we have the same issue with that stuff right there. That's coming in as a PNG as opposed to not a PNG. And the interesting part is that the stuff that needs to be de-instanced is the stuff that's not coming in properly. So it looks like that the things in Figma that need to be, let me just look up the term again to see here, that need to be detached instance. Instance in Figma, and yes, I know that's not how the grammar would actually be, but that's what it's called in Figma, are coming into DaVinci improperly. So it looks like that the things in Figma that need to be detached instance in Figma are coming into DaVinci improperly. They're coming in as PNGs and not as SVGs. I don't think that you are instancing them properly in Figma, leading to you not exporting the text within them properly. So please fix this. What's going on, guys? We're building a Figma to DaVinci Resolve plugin. If you're new here, we've been building this for the past 8 days in public. I've done some stuff off stream as well, but a lot of it is in public. What I'll say is a lot of it's in public, a lot of it's behind the scenes too, but you get to see a good majority of it here. But anyways, this is to help out DaVinci Resolvers, YouTubers, anybody that edits with DaVinci Resolve. This is going to make their editing a breeze, and, particularly for animations. Skip all the boring bits of exporting stuff from Figma and just make it easier for yourself. Make it click of a couple buttons, and then you can stick to the fun stuff and get animating where the videos really count. So that's what we're working on. Let me go ahead and check out the OBS real quick, see if there's anything new in here. All right, and it doesn't look like there's anything new. It looks like maybe the music died. Can anybody hear the music actually? Was the music never on to begin with? Maybe the music was never on. Make sure this is muted. Oh, that's not muted, bro. Oh, damn. You guys were hearing a duplicate of the stream. I have to cry myself to sleep tonight because of that. You guys were probably getting an echo. My apologies. Google Chrome. All right, let's turn on the music a little bit. Get a little bit of music here. Just some lo-fi. All right, see what's going on here. Claude's still working its magic. I'm surprised nobody said anything about the echo. Maybe it wasn't that loud. Gotta plug in this portable charger into my computer. Usually when we end up ending the stream when the computer dies, or gets close to dying, I should say. For a lot of the streams, I feel like we've done that. I don't know. Let's not even waste any time. Let's just jump in here. Oh, that's not what we needed anyway, so it doesn't even matter. We were clicked on the wrong thing. But actually, this is a good test run because this is exactly what we're trying to do. And I don't think this exports anything. Let me see what happens when we export this. Yeah, no files. So this is what I mean. This is an example of it not working. Look what the log says. So, same problem. Not really sure why it's struggling with this so much. The other program that I built for Figma, the earlier version of this, we had a couple problems with, but this is another version of that version, so this already should have that information in it, hypothetically. But something must have got screwed up, and unfortunately it's taken a little bit longer to fix it. Let's see how we're doing on credits too. I haven't checked the credits in a while. Alright, so 30% used and resets in 3 hours. Wow, I feel like every time I look at this it says 3 hours. That's whack, dude. And I think that just fucked up our thing, so we just burned credits for no reason, but that's okay. Doot, doot, doot. Damn, man, you ever get those requests for somebody trying to sign into your Microsoft account? My shit's hacked, bro. Mad people are always trying to sign into my account. If you guys are new here, if you're not new here, we're working on a Figma to DaVinci Resolve plugin to make it easier for you as a video editor that uses DaVinci, and just make the overall process faster so you can be in and out, make more money with your editing, and switch over right to DaVinci and start animating things rather than having to pull every file individually in Figma and export it, then move it around in DaVinci. That's total pain. So we're making this plugin to avoid all that. If you guys are in here, feel free to come in, pop your head in the chat, come say hi, what's up, what you're working on. And yeah, I love to chat with you guys. It's part of what keeps the vibes going here. So feel free to pop your head in the chat. Don't be shy. Alright, let's let this do its thing. Let me see what happens when we export the whole thing, if we run into an error or not while we're waiting for... I don't think that was it. No, it's not payment refunds. Here it is. Oh, wait a second. Did this just reload? Oh, wait, shit. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I swear that was not 266 before. We might need to end whatever's going on in Claude right now, because this might be working. Or it might look, it kind of looks like it's duplicating stuff. It's still having a hard time with certain things in here. Let's go take a look at what this is doing here. This might actually export properly and then quad is about to fuck it up, so... Alright, this is probably gonna patch some bug that's not even here. Wouldn't be surprised. Oh, I think it just refreshed. I was wondering why it looked different. Alright, let's see what it does now. We need to change the export settings to text as usual. Make the strip effects, whoops. Make the strip effects button default to text. Alright, let's see if this fixes this up, because that's really annoying. In most cases, I think we're going to use this for text anyways. So it just doesn't make sense to keep doing this again and again and again. It's just a waste of our time. So defaults to text. Yep, there we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's go ahead and export the selected layers. Let's see what this does here. And we can finally come through and see if this is going to do this properly or not. Browser, Chrome, address input, forever dev. Alright, no, so it is down here. I'm not sure what the hell is going on right there, honestly. Oh, shit. Wait. Uh-oh. I'm not sure if this is gonna work or not. We'll let it do its thing, but I accidentally clicked off, so we'll see if this keeps going or if it stops. That's something that we haven't tested. Oh, man. Ugh. What's up, guys? If you're in here for the first time, if you've been in here for a while, feel free to pop your head in the chat. We're working on a Figma to DaVinci Resolve plugin, and it's just going to make it easier for you if you're a video editor that uses Figma, or if you're a motion designer. Definitely, hands down, this is going to help you get speed from Figma to DaVinci just in the click of a couple buttons. If you have any questions throughout this whole process, feel free to light them up in the chat. I'm here to help you guys. And yeah. Boom, 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 boom. We're building stuff with AI. Everybody else that's using AI is getting ahead. So why are we not using it ourselves? So that's exactly why we are right now. So if you're not using AI already, I highly suggest that you use AI, because if you don't, you're going to get left behind. Either join everybody else or you're going to lose. Because if somebody else that's better than you is using AI, then they have an advantage. Woo! That is a long list. Holy shit. If you had to do that by yourself, just forget about it, dude. What a pain in the ass that would have been. So if this plugin can solve that, seriously, man, that would have been ridiculous. Imagine rebuilding that 200 something files. Awful. Take you like more than a whole day, probably. Maybe even a couple days, actually. I don't know. Oh, I think I exported the whole group. I think that's why this looks different. Yeah. No wonder why. Let's see what this comes up with. My leg is like cramping up like crazy. I don't know what it is recently, but my leg's been going crazy. All right, so we're missing some certain stuff, and I'm not sure if that's because we're actually missing it or if that's because I accidentally clicked off and we were supposed to be clicked on to the thing. So I just got to pop back in, and unfortunately, we're going to have to restart this process because I did that. So let's go ahead and jump into Figma, payments. Boom, no bueno. Export layers. Nah, it's still saying 266 layers, so what is this exclamation point here? It's probably left in from our SVG side of things. "82 SVGs, 184 images." All right, I don't know about you, but actually, emerge. We're just missing a lot of things, it feels like. So, let me see here. 266. All right, and then I wish DaVinci would have like some sort of counter of how many nodes there are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because we're just gonna get lost in the sauce pretty soon. How many PNGs did it say? 184, is that what it said? Yup. 184 is what we got. But I'm not sure how many SVGs we have. That could be the kicker here. Do we have all the SVG files? Let me see. SVG. We go from the bottom up. $266, $264, $261, $259, $258, $256, $255, $253, $252, $250, $249, $247, $246. Yeah, I actually think the advice that Orson Lord gave me earlier was actually some excellent advice. Like I said earlier in this stream, I'm not going to spoil what that advice was, but there's going to be a big benefit to you if you're a DaVinci Resolve editor that's looking to get your hands on this plugin. So you'll see launch day. $213 to $229. Yep, we get that. And then $211, $209, $205. Wait. Yep, 207's there. $203, $201, $199, $197, $197, $195, $193, $177, $174, $171, $168, $165, $162, $159, $156, $153, $150, $147. I think making this is definitely going to be worth the time that we've lost in making this. The time made up from this plugin and just how long it takes to export files. It's going to save us so much time per project that it's not even funny. And anybody can benefit from this. 113, 111, 106, 103, 101, 99, 97, 95, 93, 89, 87, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I think we got everything in here. But not everything's making it to the accurate spot on the screen. $59, $58, $54, $51, $46, $39, $34, $25, $19, 14. All right. If you guys are watching the stream, thank you guys for your support. Feel free to pop in the chat, come over, say hi. Let me know what you got going on. This is not just about me. If I can help you in any way, let me know. I'd love to help out where I can. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. And yeah. Oh, shit. That's definitely not right. That's not accurate. All right, so another part of the problem here is we don't know if some of the PNGs are uh, accurate, but they're being blocked by another PNG. So that's actually another possibility. So what I'm going to do is I need some sort of way to quick preview all these files. So let me actually go ahead and create a new timeline that I can actually look at all these files. So that way I know that DaVinci is not just bringing in something and they're just stacking on top of each other. So what happened here? All right, so that has a border. That has a border. Whoa, 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 whoa. Either this is lagging or this is making so many duplicates. I think this has got to be lagging, right? No way we make it through this whole entire list. Alright, no, it's literally got a... What the fuck, dude? It's got a white background on, like, everything. So that's a problem within itself we'll have to tackle. I don't know, the scope of this project is just becoming pretty complex. So if we can get this figured out pretty shortly, we might have to drop this as good as this is gonna seem. And I just got done talking about how many hours this is gonna save us, but this is becoming a very, very complex project. So if we can't get to the bottom of this, I don't know. We'll have to see. We will have to see. All right. Noticing that a lot of the PNGs have the same exact white background. Actually, this could be covering up stuff too. All right, where was that purple one? That one's actually important. All right, this one's important. If this one does not show up, then we know we have a problem with having too many backgrounds. So, and it doesn't show up. So the backgrounds are literally blocking each other. So let me write this in the same thing actually so it doesn't get confused. So it looks like a lot of the PNGs being exported are not making the opacity uh do, 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 do. For instance, we have this down here, but it's straight up getting blocked. I bet we had the accurate SVGs the whole time. We have just something, one of the PNGs is just literally blocking the SVGs, and that's why we can't see them. So we'll be able to confirm this pretty shortly. Hopefully. Table, container, column. So it looks like a lot of PNGs being exported are sharing the same white background. So when you bring them into DaVinci, you're not able to see through the background. We need to make it so that these backgrounds are not duplicating, so we can bring the opacity down to 0. So it looks like a lot of these PNGs being exported are sharing the same white background. So when you bring them into DaVinci, you're not able to see through the background. We need to make so that these backgrounds are not duplicating, so we can bring the opacity down to 0 for all the duplicate backgrounds slash they might be frames or groups or vectors. I'll let you decide that. The other thing I would like to do at some point, if we get farther into this and we really can't figure this out, we might need to go check out if any of the backups were suffering from this problem, because this could be something that I just recently broke with something that I'm doing here, or it could have been a problem all along. I'm not really sure. I'm actually almost certain that it's a more recent problem, because before we were only exporting, like, let's say, 50 layers or 40 layers or something. And now what we're exporting is 200 something layers. So I'm almost positive that that's what's happening. I want to close out Discord. Come on. I'm trying to figure out how to get comfortable here because my leg's killing me. Alright, Claude's doing its thing. Let me see what YouTube says for how many people are on here. Boom, 2. Cool. 50-50. Oh, shoot. We gotta get that number up. Come on, guys. Number go up. Let's go ahead and look at the analytics here. We had a bit of a drop off for sure. But overall, I think we had the most people on this stream out of any stream on the channel, which was pretty cool. So keep it up. Love seeing you guys on here. Let's see how Claude's doing. Okay, check the logic now. Frame with any visible fill, only the frame's own fill, all children hidden, no background bleed. Frame without fills. Right, that's why we had so many different things. I forgot about that. So let's see, let's take for instance if we just do the payment section. I'm curious to see what this will export here, and I'm so used to clicking that text because it wasn't on default. Now I think this is totally bugged. It's either frozen or it's just totally bugged now. Oh, might actually froze. Yeah, Figma, I think Figma froze. Alright, that's the first time we've had that happen. What do you say? Was the internet down? Alright, babe, good night. You're set, you said? Oh. Alright, let's see. I want to do a smaller section of this. What I really want to see is what the navigation section will do. So it's literally just not, it's not doing anything. All right, let me manually detach the instance. Let me see if this will push now, now that it's not an instance anymore. Yeah, so it's literally not going in and it's not de-instancing things. That is the only reason why things are not getting pushed out the way that they need to be. So I think honestly, we might revert back to a different version of this that was exporting less layers, because I think this is just fucked up in the way that it's doing things. I'm not sure which version we need to pull out of here, but one of these is all right, we'll just name this V8 real quick. We'll pop this in our backups. We'll go back to maybe version 6 or so. We'll see if version 6 is corrected or not. Plugins, development, and we'll go to import plugin, DaVinci Resolve, plugins. Oh, the only problem is we're not going to be able to differentiate. Oh, shoot. That's a shame. V6, there we go. It's not V6. We're not going to be able to see. We're going to need a guess. I'm going to guess that that's not right. All right, yeah, this is the correct one. I know because we haven't made it default. All right. DaVinci Resolve assets, plugins, my plugins, PNG version, V6. Okay, so we're gonna start editing V6. So Let me pop in here and make sure that this is working well enough at this point first before we dedicate a lot of time into this. And so, Figma, downloads, boom, unzip, yada, yada, yada. Wait a second. Did we just do... Very confused. All right, looks like we got 7 people on here. Awesome. If you guys never seen this before, it's Figma to DaVinci Resolve. I'm building a plugin to make it easier for video editors. Feel free to pop your head in the chat. Come in, pop in, say hello, hi, what's up? Let me know what you got going on. That's what really makes these streams, is you guys. And yeah, so let me know if you got any things that you need help with, and we can solve them together. Do think that this is one of those things where people don't necessarily know about it. I don't think everybody knows about Figma. Um, Even if you're a motion designer. Well, actually, maybe most motion designers, most people that consider themselves motion designers might know. But not all video editors know about Figma. So this is super cool. 932 by 3392. Yo, Sharif, what's going on, man? Were you in here last night? I feel like you were in here last night. I heard you are giving DaVinci Key to someone who likes your video. Yeah, man, we could say that. Sure, let's do it. Or giving away this plugin, you mean, maybe? Maybe that's what you meant there. 2560 by 1800. You never know, dude. Gotta always ask, because never know. You could. Whoops. Where am I from? I'm in the US. More specifically, I'm living in New York right now. Where are you from? Alright, let's see. That looks good. Still have the same issue from before, but we reverted. We're going to fix that. I wonder if there's something else missing there too, because it looks a little weird almost. The lock icon's there. Oh, too far. I'm from India. Yeah, brother. We're just a little ways away from each other. Just slightly. But that's okay. I'm glad that you're in here, dude, supporting the stream. I appreciate it, man. What are you up to tonight? What are you working on? All right, the other thing that I need to do is I need to actually start prompting Claude again because none of that stuff is making it in here. And I figured out why, so we're finally solving this. All right, so I wonder if there's a way to like copy the code. Oh yeah, copy code. Or copy properties though, I don't know. I don't know, let's try copy properties. Oh no, that probably copies properties onto another node. Yeah, let me copy the code. Where is that? Where did I find it? I don't even see it anymore. Where the hell did that go? Oh, copy paste. CSS all layers CSS. Let's see. We'll make portfolio. I'm not too experienced, but make what I know. Yeah, that's all you got to do, man. I mean, what are you trying to do with editing? Are you doing it for fun? You doing it to make money? Um, like, what's your goal? Because if you're doing it to make money, you definitely want to have a relevant portfolio so that way people can see your work. Be like, hey, this guy's done this. Yeah. Takes a while to get that first client for sure. All right. It looks like it's not exporting layers that are attached to other layers through an instance. So we need to de-instance any layers that are instanced before exporting. Can we get a button to de-instance the layers that we have selected? Here is an example of something instanced. Also, what kind of videos are you trying to create? There's one that is de-instanced. If it reads properly in the CSS code I gave you. Alright, just workspace. Let's get it done. I'm also going to manage plugins in development. I want to remove this one for right now because that's not... Just in case. I'm pretty sure I already backed this up, but just in case. Better safe than sorry. V9. Move the trash. Okay, this is all we need. Alright, I'm 23, bro. Fun. Left the chat for now. Priority is money. I do animation and no color grading. Weak in core editing fundamentals. I am learning cuts, story, and all. Yeah, that's good, dude. Um, yeah, if your priority is money, you definitely want to have a track record. I'm looking to get my money up as well. So, but yeah, animation, my color grading's weak as hell, but I wouldn't worry about it. Depending on the type of videos that you're making, it doesn't really matter. But cutting's important. Animations can be important, can not be important. It depends. I was just talking with somebody today that's charging a lot for just literally cutting stuff up in simple animations. He might not even said any real animations at all, honestly. So it was a lot of just cutting. I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was a good amount of money. All right, let's see what we got here. Um, am I doing that clipping thing like talking head? What do you mean by like all the editors that are doing clipping, like getting all these big accounts and clipping their videos into smaller things? Is that what you're talking about? Or what are you talking about? What the fuck did that just do? Okay. It looks like that worked, but we need to deinstance all the layers below it as well. Group or frame that I select. Yes, like podcast short clips with text animation and some B-rolls. No, so that's not what I'm doing. Right now, I'm literally just focused on this plugin. There's literally nothing else on my mind. So there's not any sort of money coming in from anything else. I got a couple um, referral links in the descriptions of these videos and stuff like that. I got my site, which has some things that you can buy off there, but there's nothing outside other than this right now. This is all I'm working on. I got a little bit of money saved up. I'm still living at home with family, so I can do these kinds of things, but I'm looking to get out of here within the next year or two. So really got to start getting that money up. So hopefully we can make some things that will impact enough people to make some money. Definitely got some decisions to make with how good AI is right now. I've been thinking about switching paths. Um, we just got a couple different options right now, but the thing that we're working on right now is this plugin, and we're just worried about getting this done. I was actually getting some advice. You might know Orson Lord. He made snap captions for DaVinci Resolve. I was talking to him earlier, and he was giving me some advice on what to do. And some things with his advice I might follow, other things I'm I'm having a hard time with following. So, got to make your own way at the end of the day. But yeah, man, I'm pretty excited for everything we got coming, especially with this coming out. This is going to make my workflow when I'm working with some clients a lot easier. So, I'm super hyped for this. And I think it's going to impact a lot of people, not just me. Same same, I was in a sales job. I hate that. After some money I left and now struggling in this. Yeah, man, that was actually me too. I was actually in a sales job as well. I was doing door to door and I was selling I was in door to door sales selling internet. It's a popular company in the US for internet. It's called Spectrum. I don't know if they have it in India or not. Yeah, I'm pretty experienced in davinci, man. I've been doing this for 3 years now, so I've been doing this for a long time. So I pretty much know the ins and outs of davinci. For the most part, I really know the edit page and I know the fusion page. I don't do much of the color page. I fucked around a little bit because I've shot some weddings as well because it was just some easy money. Weddings are really easy, but you got to leave the house. I'm trying to do this in a way that I don't need to leave the house whatsoever. I like staying focused at my desk, and that's it. So we're gonna make it happen. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, no, I've been doing this for more than 3 years now on both the edit and the fusion page. We've been going for a long time. Oh, I forgot to link the PNGs. All right, Mac. Let's do this again. All right, let's boost this background up. Let's go back to Figma, see what this is. Mm, 2560 by 1800. I'm gonna check the chat in a sec. 2560 by 1800. All right, let's see. Um, are you experienced? What's your age? I'm 27 right now. I don't know. Everyone is saying After Effects is easy layers are easy, but I found Fusion much easier by default. Um, yeah, I'm 27, man. So pretty close to 30. Um, yeah, I also found the same thing. I have After Effects and I don't really like it that much. I like Fusion. Um, that's what I'm familiar with. I mean, part of that was I didn't want to pay a subscription in the beginning, and part of that, I just really fell in love with Fusion. So, and I don't like After Effects. I've had it pretty much the whole entire time, despite not wanting to pay a subscription. But my opinion, DaVinci's better. Pretty much anything that you can do in After Effects can be done in DaVinci. All right, 13.3K. Customers. And you said you're 23, man? You love them? Who doesn't love After Effects? All right, cool. Yeah, 23. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. I don't like After Effects, dude. I think it's dog shit, dude. It's too. I don't know. It just. The performance for me, I feel like After Effects performance on my computer sucks. I'm just waiting around for everything. And that's not to say that DaVinci isn't a freaking hog on your computer, because it totally is. But um it's just, I don't know, it's in a different way. I'm just not a fan of After Effects. I'll use it when I have to. They were the only ones that had a puppet pin tool for a while, and then somebody released a DaVinci version. So now you can do it in DaVinci. That's paid at the moment, though. Alright, so I see what the problem is here. It didn't de-instance. I didn't have payments selected. So now this should export properly, and we should have a finished result. So let's see if we can get this tweaked up. This is honestly getting pretty close to launch, I'm thinking, just by looking at what I'm looking at right now. Maybe I'm wrong, but feels like we're getting pretty close. Yeah, you're right. Which, there's nothing wrong with that either. Like, it's been around for so long. I don't know if you know this, but originally DaVinci has been out for a while, but it was originally just a color grading app, I'm pretty sure. And it didn't have all these features that it has now. So, yeah, I mean, the fact that it's been out for so long definitely plays a key component in that for sure. If DaVinci was first to market, it would have been a different story, but it wasn't. And I don't know, maybe even Adobe wasn't first to market either, but they just had better features. I'm not sure. But yeah, that is a good point. They have been out for a long time. But I will say DaVinci's catching up. They should have an update pretty soon too. I'm really excited. I don't know if you watch Patrick Sterling. You'll have to let me know, but I think it's NAB is the conference that Da Vinci goes to or whatever. I'm not really sure. I don't actually watch the conference. Maybe I will this year a little bit, but um, he said that they pretty much release a new version of Da Vinci every year at that conference, around that conference time. So I'm pretty excited for that. 2560 to 1800. We had this fixed in the last one. Of course, we got to refix that though. 2560 to 1800. Yeah, DaVinci is not editing software before, but DaVinci is based on different code as Adobe. Yeah. Alright, that didn't work as I wanted it to. Alright, I'm gonna see. Maybe these aren't in the same box or something. I really thought that was gonna solve everything, but now I know. Damn, bro. Yeah, you know what? I will, man. What kind of stuff you make? Or let me know what type of stuff you make first. What kind of videos? But judge it like a 2 to 3 months person making it. Yeah, what kind of videos do you make? That actually is a pretty legit question. I should have asked beforehand before saying anything. Because certain styles I'm not the best judge for sure. And I'll tell you up front whether I'm gonna be a good judge or not. Like if you're working on gaming content, probably not the best judge here. I don't watch any of that stuff. But if it's like finance, self-help, talking head stuff, I can take a look at it. Oh, you said it was UI and color grading? I missed that, dude. Like you mean when you say UI, you mean like motion graphics? Cause I can fuck with that hard. Color grading, I don't know how well of a judge I'm gonna be. I'm just being real. I color graded a few weddings, but to the extent of that, not sure I'm the best colorist here. Oh yeah, I fuck with that stuff heavy, dude. Um, Add me on Discord. That's the best way to get a hold of me. Rob Creates. Probably dot Rob Creates. Just add me on there and then send me your stuff. I'll take a look at it. Whoa. Why all of a sudden? Oh, hold up. No. I don't know. Just gonna try and export this again because I'm not sure why this is coming to 266 again when it hasn't been doing that this whole entire time. So something's weird about this. Oh, my bad, dude. I have a hard time. This is you? Shit, dude. I have a hard time connecting uh the fact that your Discord name is different on here doesn't always click with me. You already added me, dude. Yeah, okay. I just didn't put two and two together. Yeah, I'll check this out, dude. It looks pretty cool already. I put videos only for now. Need to change text and all its template. Okay. It's all good, dude. Looks like a pretty cool template. Alright, let's see. I might not be able to check it out all right now. And also, um, what are your videos being hosted on right now? Are they on YouTube? Yeah, yeah, it's all good, man. I got that now. That just throws me through a loop a little bit. Alright, let's see what we got here. YouTube? Okay. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, let me just click through this, see what we got. Maybe I'll take a quick look. Why are you vibe coding it as well? Is that what you're saying? Because I am into coding things, so no idea how site works and how it makes. Yeah, it's all good, dude. Are you did you vibe code the site as well, or where how'd you make your website? Is it just a framer? I can't remember. I know I was looking at it a couple minutes ago, but oh, did I plug in the yeah, I did. Okay, let's see. Oh, you're not into coding. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. I'm only into AI coding, brother. I used to code a bit, so I know a little bit about like different workflows and of coding, but as far as the actual code goes, like I said, I can only do a little bit. Um, and that's only in C++. So, and actually Lua, so DaVinci Resolve, because I've been studying that a little bit. But it's not much, just enough to get by. All right, so some of the letters and words are on top of each other, but this is coming along, man. We are getting close. All right, let me take a look at your stuff real quick. I'm not sure. Oh, let me ask you though, real quick. Since we're on stream, is any of this stuff going to be copyrighted or anything? Like, is there any music that's going to be copyright or anything? Um, because I did get one stream taken down already, and I'm trying to have as little as possible, as few as possible streams being taken down. So if there is copyright stuff, I can either watch it without music um, or without sound, I mean, or watch it off stream and just send you some stuff. Because I'd rather the full thing if you have music or sound effects or anything in there. See color grading then? You're killing me, bro. You're killing me. Telling you, bro, my color grading sucks, man. Oh, shit. You have a whole section for color grading. I thought you were saying, like, check the color grading on this. Wait, hang on. I actually want to check out your website real quick. Oh, but you said this was just a template. Dude, this is a pretty sweet template, man. I know you didn't necessarily work on that yet, but that's pretty dope. I like it. I imagine this is probably supposed to be the before and after. Or was that the vibe that you were going for in vlog or whatever? It's pretty good, dude. If this was like vlog that you converted into this, you definitely brought some colors into here for sure. You didn't record this though, did you? This is just stock footage? Yeah, that's what I thought before and after. Yeah, I mean, I like the color grading. Like I said, I'm not an expert colorist or anything, so I'm not gonna have much to say about it. Nothing's too blown out, really. Nothing's too underexposed or whatever. So it looks good to me. The colors look good. It looks satisfying to watch. Um, so yeah, dude. Oh, I guess this one's a little bit different though. Yeah, I mean, he looks like a real human being. That's always good. It's a little bit dark here, but you know, that feels like that's how the scene is supposed to be, so that's not really an issue. Um, it's a real project. Need to change this in depression. Last one is day to night. Oh, last one's Day to night. Gotcha. I mean, this one might be looking a little bit weird, but like you said, it was before and after. So if you didn't do anything to this one's definitely looking a bit weird. It's missing some colors here. It's like definitely still looking like it's in the vlog side of things. So let me know if you did edit this or not, because maybe this one needs some adjusting if you did. But otherwise, all the rest of them were good. Okay, so you didn't adjust this one then? Okay. Yeah, the night part was good on this side. I would say this is good. It's looking a lot more natural. The colors look pretty nice. So this I can vibe with, man. The other one, yeah, it just looks like the log footage. Did you shoot this? You said it's a real project. Need to change this in depression. So yeah, I'm curious if you shot this or not. 'Cause that's a whole nother side of things that I only touch every once in a while. The going out and actually shooting stuff. I like to stay in the confines of these walls. I don't ever want to leave. um, Let me see. No, it's footage. I got like an assignment. Okay, cool, man. Is it an assignment that somebody hired you for, or is it like for school? Or you're just doing it for practice? Oh, shit. You can see off camera animation and not sure about sound. Fuck it. You know what? I'll take it. I'll just do it. I'll just take the risk. Good night, babe. Oh, like school from where you're learning? You know what? This is actually pretty good, dude. You said you're only 2 to 3 months in. I can tell you what, this is definitely a lot better than what I was doing at 2 to 3 months. That's actually pretty good. It's a smooth transition. Slides up. Looks pretty nice, dude. I mean, I guess I would just like to see a longer version of that, but um that one was pretty good. Hold on. You're doing, you know, this text you also did for me. Which text? Bro, nah, dude. You did all this in 2 to 3 months? You're only 2 to 3 months into DaVinci and you're doing this shit? Bro, you gotta tell me right now. You're only 2 to 3 months in? Bro, you made all these videos? You made all those motion graphics. Dude, that's fucking awesome, bro. Homie should be getting paid for sure. You got some good stuff right there, dude. How long did that stuff take you to make? Like, how long? I don't know. What's your most recent video? Let's see. They're all posted on the same day. But my problem is I can't make it probably my own. All I need is inspiration for own idea, but I am blank. Why did you follow tutorials for those videos? It's still good either way, but I'm just curious. Like honestly, even if you did that at 2 to 3 months, regardless of whether it was a tutorial or not, you did a damn good job, dude. That far exceeded anything I was doing. I wasn't doing anything even remotely close at 2 to 3 months. So you got a good journey ahead of you, brother. But yeah, if you didn't do tutorials on that, I'm not sure you haven't answered yet. Um, Taking inspo, dude, you just take inspo from like a lot of times when I'm making my DaVinci videos, I'll take inspo from other After Effects users. Um, any editing software really you can take inspiration from. And just take inspiration from different videos that you're watching. Like if you like an editing style, write it down. Yeah, dude, that's really good, man. Without a tutorial, you're doing great, brother. Um, Whatever you're doing is working. I can tell you that right now. For at least getting good at the craft. Let's see here. Payments. I think it's this. That has a frame. But yeah, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, I could get a little nitpicky if you want, but honestly, these videos, if they were full on videos, I think they'd be pretty ready to ship. I'm trying to think about what my favorite one was here.